Hey guys, how are you? Sorry if it's a little dark. Can you see us okay and hear us okay? Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us and see us all right. Let us know. Yes, thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. So normally during lives, I come in super
We would say
excited.
welcome to our not so perfect life, and for everybody watching this, welcome to our not so perfect life.
Yes, welcome.
It is. Um,
We have
this
a
is not an easy video to do, and we would, want to come and bring some content for you and make a great video for you.
Mhm.
Um, but honestly, that's just not been reality for us. And there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of things that have happened in this last better
Probably
part of 6 weeks, I would say.
Yeah, every bit of six to going on 7 or 8. Okay, there's a lot of things that we're gonna unpackage today, and we're gonna unpackage everything in a way that gives our life some context because as we knew we fell off the map. Let's make no mistake, we knew that
We didn't realize how many weeks it is, let's just be honest.
well, no, we knew we were not posting because we weren't posting.
Right.
We did lose track of like, wait, how many weeks has it been? Like, what's going on? And so, if you could imagine this, right? So imagine a box right here, and imagine a box right here, right? And these two boxes are independent, and we are connected to those boxes. So this box down here is current. This is where we're at right now in the live, right? And so there's this piece of our life right here, and then there's this piece of our life right here. And these two pieces, while very much independent, relate to everything that's happening right here, right now in this box.
And honestly, if I were saying there's a whole heck of a lot more of these that are going into this, but he's trying to keep it simplified.
Yeah.
The difference between the male and the female, masculine and feminine, if you don't want to say male and female. But in my mind, everything connects.
Right.
And in his mind, maybe he's able to separate it and segment it a little bit simpler, but it's not so simple.
It's not.
Mind.
It's not. So she has a really good friend that she's known for, man, probably 20 plus years of her life. Their names are Rick and Linda, and they actually live in Arizona. They're fantastic people. I love Rick. He's like my hockey buddy. We talk about like all things NHL. But his wife wrote a book and used to tour.
She wrote a couple of books, actually. Laughing in the Midst of Marriage and Laughing in the Midst of Mothering. And we both know that we need to laugh through some of those times because it can get real.
Yes, it can get real. And so she explained one time, and this is from Delin, so I'm regurgitating what somebody heard, what somebody said like years and years and years ago. And it's basically like this. A man can compartmentalize things, or just maybe certain types
masculine
of things.
Thoughts. Yeah, masculine thinkers.
I don't even know. Whatever. I don't even know if it's masculine, feminine. Either way, there are some people that can think in compartments, right? And those compartments, when you open it, you can deal with that compartment and close it. And that compartment, when it's closed, is dealt with. There are other thinkers that imagine going to the garage to grab Christmas lights or extension cords, and you pull the extension cord out of the box, and even though you swear to God it was wrapped up nice and neat, you grab that extension cord, and it's like you don't
connect it to everything else in the box of everything, and you pull it out, and you have to work through everything to untangle it.
I am the compartmentalized thinker. I can open up the box, I can deal with the box, I can close the box. Delin is the more everything intertwines and connects, and there's truth to both, and that doesn't mean okay. So anyways, I don't know
we're
why
going down the rabbit hole right now.
Yeah.
So anyways, all that said, to say that we've been trying to figure out what in the world to do over the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
because there's been so much going on. And honestly, we probably wouldn't have been able to even,
Well, I didn't think you were going to get
I didn't
emotional.
either already. I
You're
thought
gonna
it'd be
make
okay.
me get emotional.
I thought I'd be okay because we're like weeks down the road, but the truth is that we're not super great, but we're trying.
Let me talk about these two boxes right now. Okay, so you have a box here and you have a box here. We're going to call this side box number 1. We're going to call this side box number 2. Let's talk about box number 1. A few weeks back, we were literally given a wake-up call, and that wake-up call was at 2:45 in the morning. What's odd about this day is that we don't typically sleep with our phones on. We have an alarm, or we turn them off, or we silence them to where it's like phone calls don't come through. This night at 2:45 in the morning, we received a phone call that a very close family member had suffered a very serious medical issue. This is not like the distant uncle that you see once a month or once a year, excuse me. It was not the family member.
Not to minimize that, because those things can be difficult as well.
Right, but I'm trying to put it into context for all of you watching so that there's understanding about what it is we've been going. So I'm trying to go very much backwards to come forward to today, right? So this is not like the long distance uncle that you only see once in a blue moon. This is not the family member who's lived a fantastically long life. And, you know, it's just one of those things. It's like Aunt Emma, whatever, you know, whatever, 95 years old. Like,
Jason,
sorry, I'm just trying to be honest, right? Like I'm trying to get through
look, we're trying to be very, like, while we do put our life out here, this is, you know, something that is
sensitive.
Yeah, and so it's an immediate family member, and we want to be sensitive to that family member as well, because they have gone through a really tough time.
And that immediate family member is someone we talk to often. We have an ongoing, healthy, growing, vibrant friendship and relationship with this family member. So it was very much a difficult thing to work through.
Right.
And this medical emergency was literally life and death in the balance.
Like a near-death experience. In fact, you know, he was in cardiac arrest for almost 30 minutes and was rushed to the hospital in the midst of those times, you know, was brought back to life basically, and
had to do those electrical like those things, and like lots of times.
So then went into a coma and was in critical condition in ICU. And being on the road and traveling, we were not obviously right there.
Right.
Which is tough. And any of you that know, life it's not a respecter of like, oh, we're going to drop this bomb when it's most convenient for you.
Is there ever a convenient time for a tragedy?
No, but anyway, so our life just went on pause and prayer mode.
So here's why that went on pause, though. Not only was it because of what was happening in front of us, but at the time then, once we were able to get kind of everything that we needed to get in order, Delynn actually went to be with that family because there's lots of things involved. And so she went to go help and serve that family, right? Our family, but that family, right?
In the last 4 weeks, I have been gone for 3 of those weeks.
So we haven't even been together for 3 weeks. So for us, number one, to continue to create content that was, hey, happy, hunky-dory, it felt very disingenuous to me. It felt very disingenuous to her. We weren't sure what to do. We want to live an open and transparent life, but we also don't want to be the days of our lives, right? Because it was
even though it feels like it sometimes, feels like it's.
You all know what Days of Our Lives is, right? I mean, like, please tell me, like, we all grew up, either you watched it and made us kids watch it because you were the one watching it, or grandma, or like so many things. And we're going to get to box 2 over here yet, because it's going to make a whole lot more sense as well. So we're just talking about box 1. So there's family, like, and it was like a convergence of family. It was one of those moments where you call.
Everybody came together.
Right. It was like 6 a.m. You're calling. It's like, get on a plane, get in a car, go drive, like be there. Like now is the time.
Who's going to do what? How can we help? And we're not trying to make this about like us and our experience through this, because obviously it's a family emergency that everyone was experiencing all together at the same time in so many different ways, right? We all process it in so many different ways. So all at once we're trying to process, how are we all going to come together? What are we all going to do? What does this really look like? Is he going to come out of this? So there's a lot that happens in those moments and those days ahead. And
there's challenges as YouTube channel, and I don't even like using these terms, but it's reality.
Well, right. It's
right. Like we're a YouTube channel. We're YouTube personalities. We come on your screens every week, and we understand that we're forming a relationship with you.
Right.
And we look forward to seeing and spending time with you.
Right. It's so hard. And we thought about making a video for this, but we were like, gosh, then we're going to be all polished. And it's not really all polished. We're 2 crybabies right now.
I was not expecting this. I was ready for the corporate leadership development talk. I told Delynn behind scenes, I'm like, I totally got this.
Yeah, and we struggled. Do we do a live or do we do video? But we've had so many of you guys reaching out, and at first we just didn't know what to do at all. We just kind of
it was protection mode. It was literally like, we have a lot of things going on. There's a lot of elements. Again, there's still box 2 we haven't even got to yet. So this box 1 was a very big emotional upheaval, starting with a phone call at 2:45 in the morning.
Right.
And I'm going like, love her, love her, love her.
So to put things just into perspective now, when you go through something like that, a near-death experience, with whether it's yourself or with someone that you love incredibly, or whatever that case may be, we all know, right? We all know our final destination is death. I'm not trying to get dim and gloomy,
wow.
But
Where are you going,
we know that, right? But when we're faced with it, when it is just right in your face, I don't know, it's difficult, and you might not be prepared for it, and you might not
it is
be
difficult
ready
because
for
honestly, so I'm in my mid 40s, and I have never lost anyone close to me. I've never experienced grief. I've never had to go through that process. I've had grandparents die, but I wasn't so close to them where it was like shocking to me. Either I was very young and didn't understand death, or I just wasn't close, right? And so I've never walked through that. And this particular family member, I'm close with. And the thought of losing them, I had to reckon with this process in my mind that I've never had to touch before. So it was difficult to even articulate. And I didn't want to, and neither did Delynn, get on YouTube and create a video where we looked like the, oh, woe is me. And yes, I see the comments. Like, I love your support. Yes, we're only human. Yes, we're not robots. And yes, we understand that you understand that. But we also don't want to flood your life with things that really ultimately, at times to us, just feel like we don't really know exactly what to say,
right,
or how to navigate through that and just have a family discussion with you. And so it took us some time to process that. So that family discussion is happening now instead of in the midst of it, because it was just the choice we made.
Well, and yeah, we are right here. We didn't know exactly what to do or how to go about doing it. So we did what we knew what to do, which was, okay, where do we need to go,
right,
and what do we need to do, and what can get put to the side so we can just focus in on what's going on. So that's what we did.
Right.
And
So she was not around for 3 weeks. I was left with the rig and,
And the
the
kids.
kids and doing like all of that. So I want you to take all of box number 1 and just like don't forget about box number 1 as we now migrate over here over top of Delyn's head. Box number 2, and that's this. This is actually more challenging for me to talk about because it's not straightforward. Box number 1 is straightforward because it is a situation that happened. It is something that we navigated through. It is something that we're currently still actively navigating through with this family member, because just because that event happened and that particular event is over, it is an ongoing thing.
Which, let's clarify.
Okay.
He is out of the hospital,
Yep.
thank God. It is nothing short of a miracle and prayers that he did come out of the coma and is walking and talking and with his family. And so we're so grateful for
Right.
that. So there is something huge to be celebrated there, but it's still ongoing, and there are answers, and our family is still actively just praying and
part of
working
that's-
through the new,
Yeah.
a new set of
a new way of living until some answers can come. And you
Yeah.
have to understand, guys, too, with this box, we are intentionally, because of the sensitivity that Delyn talked about, we are leaving out big segments of very personal medical circumstances
Yeah.
and certain medical things that we know that are big, but that person's not here with us to be
Right.
like, yeah, just let's talk about this. So I feel a little bit weird, but there had to be some context. Just know that it's a big freaking deal. All right, like I don't even know any other way to say that, but it is a big freaking deal.
Yeah. So we're actively working through that, and yes, prayers would be just very grateful because there's still a walk ahead and healing
Right.
for his heart. So that's what you could join with us in prayer is for healing for his heart.
Correct.
So also simultaneously, which is why it kind of was so much for us, is right at the same time frame.
Are you talking about box number 2?
Box number 2.
Now we're back.
There's 5 different boxes, but we're gonna, for sake of time, stay with just one more box that we are that we are faced with. You know,
can I explain this?
What to do next? Well, we're looking at everything, saying, you know what, we have to decide what are we going to do next? What are we going to do with the next step of our lives, right? We want to be close by, obviously, right now. We haven't been traveling. We've been right situated where we need to be, so we have not been traveling. And I'm not sure that we will much. We have things that are coming up. We have a speaking engagement in Nebraska.
Hang on a second. We gotta hold on. You're like ping ponging.
I know, because everything is all connected.
Okay, this is why. Okay, so box number 2 is complicated, and here's why. Transparency is of the utmost importance. I am much more of the wear all of my heart and emotions right here on my sleeve for the entire world to see. Delyn is extremely guarded in that way, not because she doesn't want to or doesn't trust. It is just that she wants to make sure that the things we communicate to you make sense and are applicable to what is going on in our life. So here's the thing.
And applicable to your lives too,
right? Because
it's not just the Jason and Delyn show and what's going on with our life. We're not a reality TV show, but we're getting to know so many of you guys, and you're getting to know us, and we've met so many of you, and you care about our family and our process and where we are and what we're doing, and we want to share that with you too. But we've been trying to figure out what would be next for us
Okay.
before saying what's next, right?
Well, because we don't know what's next. So look, let's back up box number 2 and unpackage it. Let's try to make box number 2 digestible. Box number 2 looks like this. What's that?
It's a stack, Chad. You're right. He says more than 3 boxes make a stack. It does. It's like,
There are a lot of boxes, but we're
you
trying.
guys can relate to this. I know that and this is why we're doing this, because I know that life is life, and we're not the only ones that experience so many things happening at once, and it feels like it's all stacked on top of each other, and like you just really don't know how to take the next step. I mean,
And sometimes when it stacks, it's such a cliche, like when it rains it pours, but it is the honest to God truth. And sometimes I feel like it's raining poop emojis. It's just the sky is sharting on top of us, right? It is just
we have to laugh about this, because
we have
what
to.
else are we going to do?
We are absolutely fiercely praying. We are absolutely fiercely going after what we should do. Number 1, let me make this very clear. We are not disappearing on YouTube. Let me make that clear. Okay, so let's talk about this. Box number 2 is complicated. Number 1, in full transparency, we don't quite see eye to eye on box number 2. We're working through that, and here's why. Over the course of 2 years, we agreed that when we would start this channel and do it in the RV lifestyle, I effectively was going to take a brick and throw it on the gas pedal of YouTube and do everything with all of my might to grow this channel. And I've joked with you in past lives and in other videos where I've said, like, if you'd have asked me, I would have thought for sure 2 years in, we would be, if not fully able to be supported by YouTube, very, very close. I didn't know exactly what all of that meant behind the scenes, okay? And I need to be very careful with displaying this information to you, because I don't want to come across like I'm ungrateful. I don't want to come across like I'm whining. I'm not trying to complain. It's just in my mind, I thought for sure I could make that happen.
Like let's just put it this way, we had a 2-year plan.
Yeah.
And I analyzed all the details for that 2-year plan, and we had a 2-year plan. And we're at that 2-year mark. And so we've had to have a few conversations saying, hey, we are at that 2-year mark where I had everything budgeted out for. And
we sold everything and took that nest egg that we sold and said, we're putting it directly into YouTube. Now, granted, there's a lot of things that we could have learned differently. And this is transparent. Like I studied very specific things about YouTube, such as editing and storytelling and how to create videos that you would be engaged with. Okay. This is such a rabbit hole. Anyways, look.
Bottom line is
we had
to get jobs.
I have to make money outside of YouTube. It doesn't support. It doesn't. And to the tune of like just a few $100s a month. Yes, we do monetize, right? That's being honest with you. It's being transparent. It doesn't fill up our gas tank through the whole month. This isn't so that you do super stickers and super chats. We appreciate it. We love it. We're not trying to tell you these things because of that. Gosh, this is not a ploy for money. This is just reality.
Just the reality of where we're at. We had to get jobs.
This is hard.
At the same time when all of this happened. So we're trying to do new things and work and take care of family and come together for an emergency and start a new
It's almost
job.
Like, have you ever played Nintendo, right? And the Nintendo game was working and then it like froze, like Mike Tyson's Punch Out. It was like, and you were like, is it going to kick back on? And you had to hit the reset button. we effectively have taken this box number one with this huge family issue that completely jolted us like a car accident, like jolted us to a stop. Box number two, right over top of the lens, sorry, to we have to make money. This is just the reality. We've got to figure some things out, man. Like, sorry.
So stopping and slowing down right at the same time was actually what had to be done anyways. And
so
with that,
what does it look like, right, for us? Because number one, this is where we don't necessarily see eye to eye on YouTube. And that's how to figure that out. Now, we're not going to unpackage all of that because we're still actively working through what that looks like as far as video creation. I am absolutely compelled and determined to continue to grow our channel to the place where I believe it will be the only thing that we do, right? But what does that look like in the future? That might look like a few things. That might look like, how often do we upload? Maybe we upload less, but the content is better, right? Because here's the other thing that I've come to realize. If I continue to do the same thing over and over and over, and it doesn't yield any different results, that is literally insanity in its definition. And so for us to just continue to beat our head against the wall, trying to figure out the YouTube world, and it doesn't produce the results that we're looking for so that we can be freed up to do the things that we want to do, then we have to do things different. That's okay to reset. It's okay to like step back and in a sense fail forward. We
feel like we're failing forward at least.
Yeah, I do.
Because what we've been doing has brought us to so many of you. And so we believe that it's
this is an uncomfortable, purposeful place that we're in.
It is, and we're doing this on purpose. So because we wouldn't be doing a service to you if we're just pretending on YouTube, you know, and just putting out content like everything is fine.
We had one of our viewers reach out to us, and they said, "Hey, this last video." And I've grown a relationship with this person, and he said to me, he said, that felt like a filler video. Is everything okay?
What's going on?
What's going on with you? And I was like, oh, you're reading my mail right now, because yeah, it's absolutely a filler video, and here's the program. This is the deal. This is what's going on. And so the last 3 weeks that we haven't uploaded, or 4, I don't even actually remember now, was all during this box number 2 or box number 1 upheaval. All the while, box number 2 is happening. And so what it's going to look like is we want to produce the highest quality that we possibly can. And that comes from me. Dylan would, like, she would be just okay with turning on her cell phone and being like, hey guys. And you know what? I could be dead wrong. I could be dead wrong. However, my creative ideas, she's touching my leg because I'll go down the rabbit hole. Look, this is the difficult part of where we didn't know how to take the conversation, because these things are real and they're happening. And we wanted to, number one, let you know that we're not going anywhere. But our YouTube life with you is, for the moment, going to take a shift. It might mean that we partner up with somebody down the road and we do things with that partnership. I have no idea. It might mean that we...
What the reality is we can't keep up with all that we're doing. That's the reality. And he doesn't want to face that reality. And neither do I, because it's hard, because we believe that what we're doing is for a purpose with you guys. So, sorry. We believe it's for a purpose. We both do, and we agree upon that, but we can't keep doing what we've been doing because we just physically can't. So, so even coming back together now that we're in the same space at the same time, we're saying, okay, what does this look like moving forward? Because everything is changing. And that is the facing reality for us, is that everything is changing. So we don't know what that looks like. And we don't know if that means that it will be a cell phone YouTube video, or if that means that we might not be able to even travel. So we might not even, we don't know. We don't know. And that's a tough place to be in, but we're totally just not in control of well, we have to recognize the things that we're not in control of and the things that we can control. And so we believe that we believe that we are with you guys and meeting you guys and doing YouTube because we believe it's the gifts and the purpose that God has put before us that we want to continue to do.
Well, and here's the other thing,
But
too, right? Here's
the reality, and I have to finish this, Jason, I'm sorry, but the reality is that we cannot provide financially what we need by doing it, and it is a full-time job because of the nature of how Jason edits and the time that we spend traveling and doing everything that we do with the community and for the channel.
So what does that look like?
So
It looks like taking the very best of our abilities and piecing together those videos with more intention. And here's the other thing too. RV specific content while we're in an RV world. The RV for us was the launching vehicle, both like in reality and figuratively,
right.
to create a platform for us to speak to and with the RV community. But if you've paid any close attention to our channel, RVing is only kind of where we sit. We've been pulled together with this community because of like-minded people.
Right.
So our content moving forward may not even have much to do or anything at all with RV living. It may or may not. That's
we might not be
hard
able to live in an RV. We don't know. The crazy reality of our situation is we literally do not know in a week from now what exactly is going to be taking place. And that's kind of a scary place to be, but it's the truth of it. And we feel like we've got to be transparent with you, like we would be with our family, and say, this is just where we are.
Yeah.
It's actually, it feels really heavy. It feels it feels really heavy just because there's so many things we're trying to hold in the air.
Yeah.
But we're okay.
We are okay.
We are okay. Our kids are okay. You know, we're okay. We're not great.
Yes.
We're not terrible, but we're okay. And
like our relationship is okay. Our kids are okay. The relationship with our kids are okay. Our relationships that we have with you is okay. Nothing is broken. We just have experienced a lot of lifing at the same time, and that lifing caused for us to say, whew. It's like when you meet up with your buddies once a week, and you know that once a week meetup is always going to happen, and that once a week meetup might be out at a restaurant and you play cards together, and you don't show up for like a month because your life was in the bottom of like this major big thing that was an issue. That's basically what we're having now, is this family conversation. So
somebody asked if Lily was okay.
Oh,
let me show you. Lily's okay too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Really sad. Yeah, she's okay too.
So content moving forward, is very important to me. I feel compelled to continue to make content. Dylan feels compelled to continue to make content. We've dealt with box one. Tim said, "What box are we on?" He says, "Where is it at here? Hang on a second." Tim
There's so
Flanagan,
many
OMG,
boxes.
I lost track of the boxes. What number are you on? We're probably on box number
He
56.
really swore we could limit it to 2, and I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. Let's just
Yeah.
do this. Is the most intimidating live I've ever done. I think even more so than our very first one, because it's so real and it's so raw, and we're so right in the middle of it, and it's very vulnerable. But it's what we said we would do, and so we're doing it. And sometimes it's just not all honky dory, even when you live in a van down by the river and travel the country and, you know, see these beautiful, wonderful things. We're so grateful that we've had this opportunity. And it's not even to be taken lightly how incredibly blessed we feel to have gotten to know all of you guys.
Oh, for sure. Like, we're not saying goodbye. Like, make sure that your thing doesn't sound like a saying goodbye. Lawrence, thank you. Yeah, we take time to put the editing. That's Lawrence from Brazen Brits, by the way. Fantastic guy, good friend, love him. Like, fist bump.
I wish we could be answering to
I know. I
everyone
wish
there.
we could be answering to
You
so
know,
much.
so true.
Oh, wow, thank you, Jennifer.
You guys are really awesome, and I really appreciate the comments that you guys are making and your support, because it really does mean so much to us. And I think that's what makes it so hard, is that we don't want to just quit, we don't want to just stop.
Oh, no,
Or,
that is not in my vocabulary.
But we have to also face reality, which means we don't know what that means.
Right.
So we have to, and simultaneously, just like you just said, none of us are guaranteed tomorrow. What has taken place within our family over the last month has really caused us to say, okay, what is really important? We are not guaranteed tomorrow. We do not know what it holds for any of us. And are we doing what we need to do to provide for our family and to, you know, bring light into this world? So we want to continue doing everything that we're doing, but we just can't. So we don't know what that looks like exactly, and we are trying to figure that out. What that means exactly. If it's every other week for a video, or if it's once a month, or if it's a quick 3-minute hello from my cell phone that Jason will maybe be okay with. But it won't even be RV, and so we've been saying, like, well, what are we gonna do? Because we're not, you know, like, it might just be from a front porch of wherever we're staying and saying, hello, guys, you want to sit and watch the sunset with us?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, guys, it's our best laid out plans sometimes just don't even matter. So we are actively praying,
Right.
and we are actively trying to see what the future holds. You guys are so amazing, and thank you to those of you, True Gem and Scott and JD, for doing what you're doing right now. Is very thoughtful. So, and all of you, just your support and your love that you're doing, and showing up every week with us. And I mean, we honestly had no idea.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
We had no idea that you guys would miss us.
We started this channel 2 years ago, and we didn't think that we would have the type of community that we have. We honestly thought that we would build a channel, and I never understood that there would be a deep friendship and communal side to it that you
Right.
have.
Right.
And you know what? Maybe a reset is okay, and I know that it is, but just know, like, this guy, is a fighter and a scrapper. And if it's one video a month, or one video every other week, or shorter 3-minute videos,
Right.
I will be coming with as much passion and quality and something that you will sit through and enjoy and feel impacted with, more than just, like, I love cleaning out your poop noodle videos, like, whatever, those are fantastic. But honestly, guys, at the end of the day, that's not my video that I want to make.
Right.
I want to make a video that you would gladly share with others and say, wow, man, this is the best 3 minutes you could watch. I try. And a reset is okay. And it has been so hard for me. Just yesterday, I said to Lynn, I can't reckon with this. I'm not sure what to think about all of this, because I can't, for the life of me, figure out my emotions through this reset. It's way too complicated in my mind, and it's so hard. So, because I just believe in it so much. So I want to say thank you for all of your support to us so far.
Yeah.
And just know we're going to do everything we can. And yes, God has a purpose in this as well. And honestly, I don't want to make a promise towards what our content's going to look like, but just know that we are going to uncover more of the things that we believe in, and the things that drive our daily life and our daily decisions. Because honestly, I think that there's so much value in that. And I love the RV space. I love those that create content to help other people pick RVs and do RV traveling and do all that stuff. And we've done that too. And we'll probably still sprinkle those things in there.
Tina said she would watch the sunset with us. So
Are you challenging me to a sunset video? Because I will do a sunset video challenge.
By the way, for those of you who have never had an opportunity to visit Arizona, they do have some of the most beautiful and spectacular sunsets that you could ever gaze your eyes upon. So maybe we will do that.
We will. Okay, a couple of things. Let's wrap this up and be done. We do have a couple of things that are hugely important that we need to talk about. One is, actually 3 things. One, now that you understand box number 1, and now that you understand box number 2, and understand this is where we're at, there's another little tiny box in the middle of there that is something that we have to take care of with our YouTube channel. And that is, like, we have some contractual stuff to take care of. So there's going to be like some videos in there that are going to be like, okay, well, wait, what? What is this all about?
Gosh, I forgot all those.
Because we have people that have sponsored us and sponsored videos. And we've communicated with those sponsors, and we're dealing with all that contractual stuff in the backside. I have to create content for that stuff. So you might feel like after this live, you're going to be like, wait, I don't understand.
Here's also why, because we have typically, when we make a content video, right? Usually it gets posted about 2 to 3 weeks later. Okay, so like when we were in Jellystone, and the video got posted like 3 weeks after we were there. So where we are right now, we had already had some videos that needed to be posted over these last few weeks, but we didn't even have time to edit, let alone like breathe or think or sleep hardly. So we have some videos that we have to get out that I guess join our Facebook group, and then we'll tell you like, hey guys, so this video was done back in June.
Yeah.
But we got to get this content out.
Yeah, and we're working through what that is going to look like. So that's a little tiny box. Now, another piece of information. We want to see you. We want to meet some of you if we haven't. If we've met you, we want to hang out with you. Here's where we're going to be. Next week, we're going to be in Lincoln, Nebraska. We are.
We can't take our RV because it's in the shop,
Our
so
RV
we are renting a car.
It's another tiny box, but let's not worry about that right now.
Our RV is in the shop, so we rented a car to get to the motor coach
Yep.
RV rally that we're going to be renting a car to go speak at.
Yes.
So we'll be in Nebraska.
Lincoln, Nebraska specific, the FMCA rally in Lincoln, Nebraska, August 24th, 25th, and 26th. We'll be there guest speaking twice. It'll be a 2-day deal. We'd love for you to come. If you drive for only one, if you drive for a whole day just to hang out and high five us and you get a cup of coffee, then that's fantastic, or a soda like Pepsi.
We're gonna be there with coffee in hand because we're gonna be driving for 2 days straight to get there. So we're still going there.
Yeah.
We are still doing the RV event in Prescott, Arizona.
That is called the Prescott Valley Outdoor Summit. I would love for you to come and register to be a part of that. Camp with us for a whole weekend. We will, hopefully if the wheels don't fall off the RV.
We might be in a tent.
No,
there.
We're not going to be in a tent there. Let's not. Oh my gosh, Delynn. Look.
I'm just being real.
We're not going to be in a tent.
I'm just being.
This is ridiculous. So.
Well, we don't have the RV.
No, Doug. Hashtag never tea. So look. There's so many things, guys, that we want to continue to unpackage with you, but we don't want to convolute this story any more than it already has been.
Right. If you've been able to keep up with this whole live, then
kudos to you.
Wow, because that's what I told him. I said, Jason, I don't know if I can even keep myself straight right now because there's just so much going on, but we do got this, Jules. Thank you so much for that. And thank you guys for, just everybody who Stephanie and Corrine and Tina and you guys, So we do have things that we have to keep doing and going forward with and working on and, we're going to do our best. That's all that we can do.
So we are coming on the other side of some of these things. We're coming to grips with the other side of having to actually make some money. We've had to wrestle that down. I have had to really wrestle that down. We're coming on the other side, even though we're not out of the woods with box number 1. So we will most likely be more active on YouTube and on our channel and on socials. This is the reset, kind of we're either touching the reset button now or just getting our finger off of it. And of course the system takes time to warm back up.
If you are interested in the information for Nebraska or for the information for the Prescott, either one of those rallies, go to our Facebook group. We will be posting some information on there. Because we know that you guys want to know what's going on, and we will put that information there.
Yes.
So go to our Facebook group, or you can always message us on Facebook too, or Instagram.
And for those of you that are members, we have promised a once a month members live. That's actually the new one's going to be coming up. I actually still want to do that. The same person that called me and asked if that was just a filler episode, and I said yes. He's actually one of our members, and we chatted and we talked about the members only. There's a very specific thing I'm doing with that. It is actually something that is very close to my heart, and so we're going to continue with that as well.
And it will be more of a live, kind of like this, not like this. I shouldn't say that.
Where we're crying?
No. No, it'll just be more, life topics and faith and just working through life together side by side and doing this thing called life because, sometimes sometimes we have never been more challenged than to make everyday life beautiful than the last 6 weeks of our lives. It has never been more challenging for us to follow our own mantra than these last 6 weeks.
We've had to dig in for sure.
Yes, it has been a lot of time on our knees, and so yeah.
So
anyways, we
that's
should probably go because I don't know if it'll just go down from here.
we'll just be sobbing. We'll just be sobbing. No, look, actually, so I actually get excited now that I've chatted with you. It's almost like when you're look at my hair. I feel like Todd right
He
now.
doesn't have a hat on.
I know.
Here.
By the way, I get a lot of hate for wearing my hat backwards. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I mean to tell you, I get hate for that hat being backwards.
Yeah.
I won't buy a hat if I can't wear it backwards. I literally, if I flip it backwards and I'm like, wow, I look like an idiot. But most people think I look like an idiot with my hat backwards no matter what. So I get a lot of hate for that. I don't know why. It's a generational thing, I think. Look if I wear my hat backwards and you don't like it, I want to say I'm sorry, but I'm not because I keep wearing it backwards.
You're not sorry. But I think sometimes you do it on purpose because you wear it backwards like that. You do.
I wear it backwards all the time.
But you never used to. You wear it like half and half. You did halfsies. You did half forward and half backwards.
Yeah. Oh my God! Another thing, like our website, like we were. Oh
we don't even
merchandise.
Don't have been go there. Don't. We just can't. We're buried. It's too much. Don't. Why are you going there? We're like this close to so many things, and then just smack our face.
Yeah, 50 State of Adventure. My hat, my choice. By the way, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Look I started it. I shaved a little bit underneath here, trying to give it some shape. I'm going to see if I like the beard.
Why are you all crying? Keep Life Moving RV. Oh, you're just going to need to rewind.
If you're here and you're asking why we're crying,
just hit the rewind.
Just wait.
Just wait till it's done and rewind because it's a lot.
You want to know what's really funny, guys? Is we said we're going to do this in about 8 to 15 minutes. We're going to keep this live short.
That's what I told them, Jason. We can't. I just have to. Let's just do this for like 10 minutes, and just update everybody, and let's just not make this a long, drawn out thing because it's a lot to unpackage.
A lot. And honestly, of box 1, there's still like lots we could unbox. Box number 2, lots we could unbox. There's tons. There's lots of boxes. What's the plural of boxes? Is it boxen? Because if it's oxen, it's oxen, right? Or
we digress.
Yeah. I love coffee.
And
I love chocolate, and I love you.
15 minutes equals 1.5 hours. What does that mean? Hours in motion. Ryan, if you're saying that you can make a 15-minute video in an hour and a half, then what we need to do is sit down and have coffee with you so you can teach him how to do that because that's like 15 hours or 20
No.
hours.
So a 15-minute video for me would be easily 30 hours of editing.
Yeah. So
easily.
Ryan, Jason needs to take a class from you.
We have some fun stuff coming down the road actually with Todd and Sheila and Harold and Cindy, which I literally am not at liberty to disclose. However, man, there's some fun stuff coming. Make no mistake, guys.
So we are trying not to overthink all of this. I can be guilty to overanalyze until I am absolutely paralyzed. So we are.
And I am guilty of oversimplifying difficult things and just being like, it's whatever. So we're trying to find the marriage in this particular instance together.
We are sharpening one another right now.
Yes.
I will say that because it has been hard to find the direction of what we can come to an agreement on.
Dave and Laura Phillips. I don't know about that. I have tried and tried and tried to do less editing, and it's hard because I want to give my very best. If you asked me to detail your car and all I did was vacuum and get a couple of piece of crap Armor All wipes all over it, I'd be like, that's detailed. And someone would be really happy with that. But if you paid me to detail your car, I would literally give it to you as if you just brought it from the factory. That's how I see editing, because I see the crumbs and I see the hairs and I see the things that I would have to clean up in the detail. So when I'm editing a video, all of the nuances, the things that you don't even think about psychology-wise, that allow you to watch the video and be entertained and laugh and cry, like if I want you to feel the emotion, everything I do is with intention. And if you overlook it, it loses the impact. That's hard for me. It's really hard for me.
Here's the thing, okay? We're in a tough spot. We're in a tight spot. I think that's from like Oh Brother We're Out There. It's like we're in a tight spot.
Oh Brother We're Out There. What is that, a movie?
I'm pretty sure that that's what I'm thinking of right now. Like, we're in a tight spot. It's George Clooney, and he's like, we're in a tight spot.
Okay.
And they were, and that's where we are. We're in a tight spot. And we are trying to navigate. I tried to explain it the other day as best as I could. I think we're like wading the waters. I think wading is the right description for that. And it's like we're there and we're just floating right now. So we're trying to just take it one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And take it one day at a time and prayerfully decide and find what our next steps are, all within what we can actually accomplish. So your thoughts and your prayers and your consideration, if you so think of it, to say, God, just give them direction. Would
Thank you, Seeking Adventure.
for
Appreciate
those
that.
of you asking, how can we help? What can we do to help? That would be the best help. And be patient with us as we try to figure out what this next phase of YouTubeology looks like for us. Because we appreciate you guys and you're so important to us, and we want to make sure that we're not just
Leaving YouTube would be like suddenly coming to you on Sunday morning if you were the church and saying, hey, we're closing the doors.
that.
Bye. And that is not happening. It's not possible. It is not in us. It is not what we're about. So, but we are just,
Monsters.
wow, that was a big thundercrack. Anyways,
So,
look, we're gonna head out. We've explained. If you have further questions, if you want to know more details, contact us privately. Maybe we could open up a little bit more. But that's basically the nuts and bolts of what's happening. There's going to be content coming. You understand it. We've explained it. There's lots of boxes, lots of layers, lots of things.
somebody said, think of it like spaghetti instead of boxes.
Yeah.
I kind of think that's probably more true. There's
It's-
lots of noodles.
Noodles.
There's lots of noodles.
Lots of noodles.
Lots of noodles
Well,
going on right now.
yeah. And so anyways, guys, we just so love and appreciate you. And we will see you guys. We will see you guys in the next one. And we love you so much. So we're reading some comments
they're
now.
giving some options. You know, I know that there are some other smaller and larger YouTube channels that have experienced these things too. I mean, I know that.
Well, like, here's a guy that I watch. His name is Nate. He's from a channel called Channel Makers. And Nate took a month off. The difference is Nate let his crowd know, and we just straight dropped off the planet, right?
Well, that
And-
is because life was unexpected.
Oh, it was
and
like, what? Right?
we
So
weren't
that
expecting.
that thing happened, and so, but you know, channels can survive. Like, I'm not worried about our channel not surviving or anything like that, or being put into YouTube jail because we didn't upload. I mean, those that want to
Those-
be here will be here, and those that aren't here aren't here. And so,
And those that want to stick around to find out what happens, you'll stick around with us. You'll stick with us
Yep.
through thick and thin.
Yep. Yep.
Right now it's
and we honestly feel so honored and humbled. I mean, yes, there are some channels that are growing super fast all over the YouTube universe. And there's some channels who have been at this for 5, 6, 7 years and have barely scratched the surface. And so we feel humbled to have amassed a crowd of 12,000 people that decided to hit a subscribe button.
right.
And we
for
have
us.
videos, and have videos that have reached 100,000 plus people, multiple videos, like different things that are reaching people continually.
Yeah.
And so we are actively doing what we set out to do, which was positively impact and do the right thing by people and encourage and inspire them. So we are actively doing that.
And be real with you about what's going on, and that it's not
Yes.
just all rainbows and sunshine because we sold our house and sold everything and hit the road and the rest is riding into the sunset, because that's not what's happening.
Right. It's not.
I mean, we all go through highs and lows.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be really hard to walk through those lows or crawl through them, or however you have to get through them. It can be tough, but
Yeah.
we're doing it out loud here with you guys. So
That was family dinner. That was we just had family.
yeah, it was a tough one. It was tough spaghetti. That was
Some tough spaghetti.
some tough spaghetti. So, thank you to those of you who reached out and noticed that we were gone. Because honestly, like I said, it was kind of surprising to me that people, missed us. I was like, people are like saying, "Where are you?" I don't know what to say. I don't know what do you mean? Where are we?
Yes.
What is going? So I was like, shoot.
Yes. This has been, thank you, Lonnie. Like, it's like therapy. Honestly, for the two of us, I can say, I can't speak for you, lover, but this has been very therapeutic to get off of my chest to you, because I felt so responsible. What are you laughing about? I slid down the rainbow and got poked by the unicorn.
That's gotta be one of the best. We slid down the rainbow and the unicorn poked us. That's exactly what happened. Okay.
I actually just
Oh.
feel a lot better. I do honestly feel a lot better. I feel like, just being able to be heard by you and listened and get
Yeah.
the feedback. Man,
This is what it is sometimes. This is just what it is sometimes. So, thanks for being with us in the journey.
Yeah.
And through the ups and downs. I mean, that's what family does, right?
Yeah.
And we do consider a lot of you guys like our family. So this was a messy family dinner, but it was necessary. And we will keep you posted. And we thank you for all your support and all of your love and all of your encouragement, and letting us know that what we're doing is actually doing something.
yes. And yes, you're right, Jennifer. The name of our channel is Our Not So Perfect Life. And honestly, we did that on purpose because life is not perfect. But man, when it's not perfect and things
Well,
aren't,
it's tough.
it never is perfect, actually. But when things are really tough, it just makes it that much more challenging. So thank you for your support, guys. We love you.
Yeah.
We will see you in another one. And just know that this is good for us. Our smiling faces will be back. And we will see you
When we see you.
when we see you in the next one. All right. Love you guys. Peace.
Oh.